rightful lord and master has returned.
All right, we are back from another Megatron draws. It's been a while. And today we were drawing some Ninja Turtles, as the title and the thumbnail suggests. Yeah, and I see Grumpy in the chat saying Turtle Power. And I also put up a poll to vote on your favorite turtle, because I haven't done a poll in a while on this channel. So yeah, it's good to be back, everybody. And obviously, as you can see, I had this Raphael drawing. I'm not going to be working on this today because it's already kind of done. This is just a little drawing I kind of did on my work trips, as well as the Michelangelo over here. So it was just something I did on my road trips, and I was just like, you know what? It's like, it's actually a really, really quick drawing for me to do actually on my road trip, because I brought my pencil crayons along. So this is all pencil crayon, where it's not markers or anything like that. This is all pencil crayon. Because this is a little thing I wanted to kind of get back into a little bit more. We will come back to the Copics eventually, hopefully. Hopefully my markers haven't dried up yet, so I haven't really been using them lately. So, yeah, so we did Raphael a couple weeks ago, and I did Michelangelo, and so that just leaves two more turtles. And I think today we're going to be working on Donatello, because I kind of have a rough idea in my mind for what I want to do for him. So I'll do Donnie today, and then maybe next week we'll do a little Leonardo, and then we'll go from there. Let's look at my camera position better. Looking a little wonky there. And we are just going to be going at it. We're not going to be doing any I haven't done any sort of pre-planning. This is kind of just going to be all raw today. Let's get a fact sheet, because I have a bunch of pencil markings on there. I use these sheets for practice work or something. Ooh, I just bent something. Oh. So yeah, I think we're gonna do Donatello, and I think now one of the things with these pieces I've been doing is actually kind of having a lot more focus on the turtle's weapons, and so I kind of want to have that on display here with Donatello as well. So I'm probably gonna have it like over his shoulder type of pose. So let's get started. I'm going to put the head like right here. Let's see. Put the hand here. The bow staff right there and back. All right. Hold on. Oh, yeah, the camera's not focusing. There we go. It's a little bright. Hold on. All right. Well, hopefully once they bring in the darker colors and darker pencil crayon, they should even out. I kind of start off the shape I kind of use for whenever I draw Megatron, actually, a little bit. Like when I draw the turtles, are kind of similar in terms of shape. Which like you kind of start off small in the top area, and then you kind of work your way a little bit wider on the bottoms of the head. It's kind of similar to how I draw Megatron, or if you're drawing like Darth Vader or something like that. Very similar like shape patterns. So kind of just like make a mark for where we're gonna have the eyes. Well, I don't know, maybe we do this. Put the staff right here. Because you won't really be able to see it that much if you put it right here, right? So I'm just have it to where he's holding it up like a wizard almost. Yeah, that kind of makes sense actually, this character. He's a tech whiz after all. I'm gonna put his arm right here. With a little different pose than the other turtles. Yeah. His hand should kind of be like that. So just gotta rework the position of that. My throat is dry. I don't know why. Camera does not like the focus at all. And the good thing about drawing Ninja Turtles is that they only have 3 fingers. So it makes it a little bit easier for me, actually. I'll make the hand a little bit bigger. There we go. Just want to fix up the shape of the head here. Some reference pulled up. Using the 2003 Donnie as reference for the most part. Let's see. Give him a little bit of butt chin almost. Not really, but just a little bit. Okay. Just give him like a little friendly sort of smirk. Because he is more of a friendly turtle. More happy expression because we like our happy heroes, you know. Top of the head better right here, or the side of the head. Hey, Deadman, you driving? All right. Good to see you. Got a little bit of a head start going on here. We're drawing raw today. Haven't actually worked on anything today. So let's have the little mask parts kind of hanging down. Make it a little bit different from the other two brothers. Bring that shoulder down. All right. See what lines I want to kind of commit to here before I do anything dangerous. Shell should be kind of like coming up about here. Okay, I think we're ready to go now. Been something a little bit different lately. I've been using pencil crayon actually for my inks, kind of like the process I would use for inks. Because that's the only thing I had available to me on my work trips. I didn't bring any inks, so I just had my pencils on me, and so it actually kind of worked really well for me. To be honest, it actually kind of had some cool effects from it. So get started here. I like the overall shape of the head so far. A more angled face here. Okay. And we got his head going. We'll start with the part on domino mask. I'm coming down here. Hey, old man, cometh. How's it going, dude? Hope you guys like some Ninja Turtles. We are drawing some Donatello. And yeah, moving pretty fast today, so I might be able to get some colors in for this one. I've been using a lot of pencil crayons lately, so we'll see. Right now, just kind of confirming sort of the lines I want to keep. So. Okay. And then right in the arm. And way different from the comics. Yeah. They were very, very different in the original original comics. It's old school black and white ones. Ooh, I don't think I like the hand here, actually. See if I can fix this. Yeah, the original comics, I believe, were a lot more violent than the cartoon was. So, but I'm not too familiar with the Ninja Turtles lore. I'm more of a Transformers guy, but so I'm more of a casual Turtles fan, to be honest. So, but I still like the Turtles. They're always fun to me. See if I'm liking the what I got so far. Grab my ruler. Add the staff. Right there. Go about a half an inch. Just a little bit over half an inch. Yeah. Yep. Yep. That is. Okay. You want to see that? So don't worry about drawing the rest of the bow staff this way. Hey, Grumpy. Good to see you. I got that fixed. Yeah. All right. Everybody's just talking amongst themselves. Well, I'm glad Donnie's your favorite, Grumpy, because that's who we're drawn today. So, yeah, I think we're almost ready for colors. I think I got all I need right now. So, let's grab my eraser. Get rid of all the pencil lines we don't need anymore. Not getting internet. Oh, that sucks. Make progress in drawing at least. Oh, that's cool, dude. Yeah. Oh shit, your PS4 died? That sucks, dude. Damn. I'm trying to like the stitch on his arm. It's weird here. Salvage it. Let's see. Okay. You ready for some color? Yeah, I think we're gonna start with the mask. Start with the mask there. Grab some purple. Maybe a little bit of indigo sort of color. Maybe just a little bit of red. Let's see. Need my sharpeners. Actually, I think I'm gonna start with a red for a base. The mask. I think it might be useful later on. Just start with a red. So I think it might help for blending later on. Make the colors more vibrant as well from underneath. Hey, what's up? Unlocking Lord TGC. Good to see you. What are you looking for? No, this is Donatello. We just did Raph and Mikey, not on this channel, but I did Mikey and Raph on my work trips. And so I decided to bring the work trip drawings to the channel here today. So I'm just doing some more turtle drawings. So I'll kind of show them off real quick for those that weren't here for the beginning of the show. But here's the Raph I did a couple days ago. So I'll give him some little cracks in his shell here. Just going to give him some more character here. And then I did Michelangelo. And so just have to do Donnie, and maybe next week we'll do Leo. We'll see. So yeah, that's the plan for me today. Let's see what time is it. Okay, so almost 4 o'clock. So yeah, I'll go for about an hour and a half, probably. My voice is kind of killing me, so don't want to go over too long, but we'll try to get as much done as we can. We're already jumping into color, so we should be at least have somewhat of a good progress done today. But yeah, bring my pencil crayons with me to my work trips, and so I've just been drawing and coloring. Helps pass the time. Oh, you're 1 hour behind me. I got dinner. Oh, nice. So, are you in Canada somewhere? I'm in Canada right now, so. But yeah, we're just using a red right now for the base color, because that way it'll make it easier for when we go back in and do some of the shading and all that. It kind of helps. Just kind of adds a little bit extra, a bit of detail and coloration and vibrance to it. So that's what we're doing here. Should make sense in the end. I'm still kind of okay. Ontario, gotcha. Yeah, well, that makes sense. Yeah. But there, no worries, man. No worries. Stay for as long as you need. It'll be going for a little while, so it's gonna need to be sharpened. We'll come back in here later on to kind of tidy up these black lines. We're gonna get the colors kind of sorted out first and foremost. Get those going. That way we'll have a much more nicer and cleaner sort of finish at the end there. Just this guy. And this also kind of helps me map out what needs to be a certain color, especially for this when we're doing Donatello. We need to kind of map out where the purple mask is going to go here before we go in and jump into the greens on the skin here. So, all right, see ya, Lore. Unlocking Lore. Good to see you. All right, so now we're just kind of going with the magenta. Just kind of make it more vibrant here, and then we'll bring in the purple, more defined purples. It's a little bit differently than how I drew Donatello last time I did him. I think I made his mask more darker purple. Now I'm kind of going for more of a vibrant sort of pinkish purple almost. Kind of embraces the reds a bit more. This is just something a little bit different than this time around. All right. All right. Got the tail end going. Right now, I'm just kind of taking my time with it. Not wanting to rush too quickly here. Just want to kind of just make decisions as I go. Slow and steady wins the race in the end. Just kind of experiment with the purple here. And we'll just kind of define the eyes a bit more. All right. But yeah, sorry I didn't stream last week. Actually, I was going to stream the Michelangelo that I was working on last weekend, but I was just really not really feeling very well. Like I was having some problems, so decided to just just scrap it and just yeah. Well, I'll work on Mikey and the trip, and I'll do another turtle for today's stream. Just been getting a lot of out of town work, so I haven't really been able to focus on the schedule or whatnot on the channel here. So hopefully things get a little more stable around here. But I might try to do because I kind of promised to do a diorama stream this weekend, this month, but I just couldn't really get around to it. So I might have to move that to next month instead. So Hey, Jeremy. Good to see you. Good to see you. Our Fortnite brother is here. Got you up with a returner. Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll check that out later. Just don't really like. I don't like to check Twitter when I do these streams because my computer's like really slow. Whenever I do my live stream, so I'll check that out later though if you want me to. Do what you're sending me. As long as it's not nudes. I don't need that in my life right now. Don't send me any nudes. Unless you're a hot female. I'm just kidding. All right. All right. Let's get your mask going. All right. All right. Not now. Your PC will be imminent mine. Yeah, exactly. It's gonna explode if I do that. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah. Oh, that was oh, I thought it was Jeremy for saying that. I thought it was Jeremy saying that. I got confused. Hey, I am so out of it. I haven't been streaming in days. Yeah, actually, I don't really do NSFW work either. I tried to at one point when I tried to do that Rogue one on my Patreon, but I just couldn't commit to it. I was just like, this is not for me. It's like I'm an uncle now. I should probably be doing more wholesome work. So I want to make art that my nieces can see. I don't want to make a bunch of booby drawings. Even though that definitely has a place in the world, but it's not really for me. Not really my for my own artistic endeavors. So I like a bit more class when it comes to drawing. So have to keep it classy here. But only way I'll really do any of that kind of stuff is like if it's a commission or something like that. But other than that, or maybe it's like something in a comic book or what have you. But I don't really practice it at all most of the time. It's not really my thing. Can't show it to everyone. Why make it? Exactly. I mean, most of the time when people make stuff, it is just kind of for money. Like if you have a Patreon set up or something. I was just like, I don't want to make money doing this. It's like how am I supposed to explain that to my nieces when they're older? You know what I mean? I drew a bunch of titties and I got them paid for it. It's like, and it might be fine for me. It might make good money, but it's like rather do something I'm proud of than do something I'm not proud of. So I immediately stopped doing that stuff. But like as soon as I did the first one, I was like, no, I can't do this. It's like I can't do this. I can't commit. All right, I'll bring back the magenta a little bit more. Maybe a bit more forceful with the strokes here, so to speak. Yeah, I don't want to draw. I want to draw stuff I can share and don't feel ashamed. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like so I don't have to. That worry is my yeah, because cause at some point cause my nieces are getting older now. They're using and they use technology now, and so eventually they're probably gonna find my YouTube channel. So I want to make sure they have something they can actually watch and not have to be like, oh shit, mom, I'm not watching it. It's like, you know what I mean? I don't want them to have to feel embarrassed. So I want them to actually enjoy what I do. But yeah. Make sure they find cool things to emulate. Yeah, exactly. You don't want to just like draw a bunch of them. It's like what is that good for anyways? You know, it's just like what. My throat is killing me. Actually, I kind of wanted to do a Lego build stream today, but I don't think I'm going to do it because my throat's kind of dry today. Because I have like I've been doing with the expansion and the Titan's Tower, I actually found instructions for a bat cave that I want to kind of do at some point. And I just got all the parts in today, the last of the parts I ordered for it. And so I might actually do that tomorrow, probably tomorrow morning or tomorrow night. We'll see. Because it is a 3-day weekend for everybody, so I might be hanging out with the family then. So I gotta plan accordingly. But yeah, so I got the instructions off of a RedBubble account that I've been following for a bit, so I might just do that because I like to spice things up, on the channel. I don't just do one thing. So I like to celebrate all my hobbies that I like to do. I do collecting videos. I've done diorama streams. I've done my drawing and stuff like that. And so it's like, well, just some Lego. Do some Lego. Lego's fun. And people like Lego, so everybody wins. Start deepening up these lines here on the mask here. Maybe I might be able to. Water's not enough to clear my throat, apparently. All right. Sounds fun. Yeah. Well, I actually just upgraded my Wayne mansion actually that I had. It was the Joker Manor set from the Lego Batman movies. But I decided to kind of take off all the Joker shit because like I don't need all that crap. I just want a regular Wayne mansion. So, but I found instructions online for a much better version of that. So I kind of built that at one point. I didn't do that on stream because it was just kind of a little thing. I didn't really think it was worth doing a whole build stream for. But yeah, now it kind of sits off in my shelf behind me, and so the idea will be to kind of put the Batcave build right below that in the next shelf, and yeah, let's go from there. Now I think that it is now from the instructions I found. It looks like a much smaller Batcave, but that's kind of okay for me because I can do some expansion on it if I want to in that shelf, and also add some like vehicles and shit around it. So I really want to amp up the display with my Lego at some point. Just haven't really had time to really do much with it. And I still need to get new furniture for that as well. I need to replace the black bookshelf I have with all my comic books on it, and just kind of put. Because the idea is to get another Billy bookshelf in there at some point. Just kind of round that off behind me, and so a few sort of ideas I want to do for the shelves behind me. Just haven't had time to really commit to anything at the moment. I still need to get a new desk, so I'm gonna get a new desk here as well. But I might actually do that first. I might do that first. We'll see. And haven't decided which would be the most. Actually, I think that it might be better to get the bookshelf in first, because I have a little more complicated sort of a setup I have in mind for the desk setup here. So it might be easier to do the bookshelf first. I haven't really decided yet. It's one of those things I can't really explain very well. But yeah, so it's been actually I kind of just like finished sorting out all the parts a couple hours ago actually for the Batcave, put them all in my little tray that I use to kind of sort my parts. So it's pretty much ready to go now. I just bought the because it is one of those things we have to buy some of the instructions online, which it kind of sucks, but it's like whatever. Looks like a good enough build for me. So it's better than do the old Lego set. This one need to somewhere to work, and then need to get the bookshelf then. So it's like a yeah. Well, because like the setup I have in mind is to kind of take this desk I'm using right now and put it to the side, to my right here, and that's going to help. And this will eventually house the TV and Xbox and all that. And then where I'm sitting right now is where the new desk will go, and it'll be like a much longer sort of desk for me to work around and stuff. So that's kind of like the game plan for me. And that's kind of why I want to do the bookshelf first, I think, because just kind of because it would probably be really hard to to kind of move around the bookshelf while I have like this L-shaped desk sort of system in place. So it might just be easier to do the bookshelf first, get it all flush against the wall behind me, and then that kind of free me up on this side to do more stuff here. So, but yeah, so I have a few ideas for furniture-wise here. And obviously, I'm probably going to move that black bookshelf behind me upstairs somewhere. I just haven't really figured out a spot that'll make sense. But But yeah, there's a lot of things we're kind of working on. Yeah, it's bring back the red a little bit. Just kind of blend in some of these colors here. Make them pop out a bit more. Not exactly an expert when it comes to pencil crayon drawing, but I used to do it a little bit, and so kind of just applying some of my Copic knowledge to it. All right. We'll bring a more darker shade. Sharpen just a little bit more. My focus is not focusing. There we go. All pipes are dealt with, and no more spillings going on. Clean up while all safe. Oh, at least that's dealt with. Hoping that everything goes well for you, Grumpy. Almost reminds me of the flood we had a couple years ago. Yeah, flood a couple years ago. But it should be. But we haven't really had issues ever since. So but it's a pain in the ass, though. Put it that way. Fade this out. Yeah, it is. Well, I'd say fire is probably worse because there's a lot you can't really salvage after a fire, you know. At least with a flood, you can kind of salvage some things, you know. And the whole house is burned the fuck down, so it's all just a matter of cleaning up. Just gonna tidy up some of these areas here. Okay. Just use magenta to kind of blend the colors. Make it more vibrant, sort of purple here. I think once you have the green here, it'll kind of help pop it out a bit more. I almost want to do a drawing of a turtle with the trench coat look on at some point. I probably won't be doing that for Leo because I kind of want to keep it all uniform here. But it's kind of cool to do like a Raph or a Leo or Donnie in the trench coat sort of a look. I think someone that once suggested I do Ronin, Mikey's persona in the comics. It's kind of become popular lately. Yeah, that might be a fun one to do. It was a pretty cool storyline from what I saw of it. But I see when it comes to stuff like that with like the Ronin, the last Ronin story, or like Dark Knight Returns, like it might be a cool story on its own, like, but I never really view those kinds of stories as the definitive ending for a lot of these characters. You know what I mean? Like I don't really view it as or even the proper version of the character. In a lot of cases. But I just kind of view it as like it was like it's a cool Elseworlds here, but not really what I see as the ultimate version of the character. So. But apparently we are getting a last Ronin video game, so that sounds kind of cool. So I might actually get that if it's coming to the Xbox. It's the only thing I can play it on. If not, I'm just going to settle for the Shredder's Revenge game, which I love. Which I haven't really played a whole lot lately. I remember doing a stream on Twitch of that actually once. So I did the whole storyline, which was a lot of fun. So, yeah. But I haven't really been able to play a whole lot of it lately. But I might actually, maybe next time I'll bring my Xbox over to my dad's. And that's where we usually kind of go to hang out with my family and my nieces and stuff like that. We usually do all at his house. So, yeah, I mean, one day I'll bring it to his house and we'll play some Turtles games with the nieces. We'll see. I think I might add just a little bit of a hint of blue. Just a minute here. I think that might help balance out the reds and stuff. All right, add some blue, or more. It's more of an indigo sort of color. Right. Should I check the poll in a little bit? See who's winning. Oh, Donnie's winning. Hell yeah. Good job, Donnie. A little rare. Usually picks like Raph or Leo most of the time, or Mikey. So, but no, Mikey and Donnie are dominating for once. It's cool. I'm always now. Granted, I'm more of a Raph guy, so it's like, but I also really like Michelangelo. But I like all four of them. They're all great characters in their own right. I do kind of like that sort of a theory that's kind of been circulating for a little while about the whole reason why the different turtles get their weapons, like the whole reason behind it. The theory is that the reason why they are given these weapons, the weapons they're specifically given, is because it's meant to sort of teach them a lesson about their own individual personalities. So, like with Donatello here, he has the bow staff, and he's like the brains of the team. You give the guy who's all tech based, who has a lot of tech knowledge and all that, very very resourceful, and you give him the weapon that's one of the most basic weapons you can ever imagine, a stick, basically a staff. But the reason why I think that he gets Splinter gives him that is because it forces him to kind of think outside the box more. It kind of gives him a way to kind of always be kind of thinking outside the box, and it kind of helps him develop that ability as a way of sort of becoming a better warrior, better, and without, because it's like you might not always have all this technology, so you need to learn how to think outside the box, And then with Raphael, they give him, because Raphael, he's the more aggressive teammate. He's the one turtle. He's the more violent, the more volatile, the more aggressive one, the more hot-headed one, and so he's given the size, which are a defense weapon. So I think that's kind of meant to teach him about, give him a lesson about patience. It's kind of meant to teach him to, remember what you fight for. Always make sure you're protecting your family, most of the part, and yourself, and all that. That's kind of what I think that sort of circulating for a little while about, the idea that maybe the turtles get their weapons because Splinter, would, because he kind of like, the idea was that Splinter gave them the weapons to specifically to teach them a lesson about themselves. That's kind of like the whole idea behind it. And that's kind of Raphael's main thing is he's always kind of impatient. He's always, brash. He's always, going out of his, he's kind of he's kind of lonesome. He's kind of he kind of becomes a loner at some points. He's kind of the almost the outcast of the group, really, because he's kind of always like, going off on his own sometimes, like as the night watcher in some cases. And so I think that's the kind of reason why he has these size, because it's like it's meant to kind of teach him to remember what you're fighting for, what you're meant to, that you're meant to, your purpose is to defend people and defend your family and all that, and to be patient and all that. And then with Michelangelo, he gives him the nunchucks, and the nunchucks. Now, at first glance, you might think that, this might be perfect for Mikey, because it's like, because he's a scatterbrain, he's the one that's, always energetic, he's always full of life and all that. So like, the nunchucks, that's perfect for him. But the thing about nunchucks, though, is that you need to, they require a lot of focus, a lot of training, a lot of, practice, and a lot of, like I said, focus to really master them because if you're not careful with nunchucks, specifically, they can actually hurt you. You can get hurt if you're not careful on the way you're doing that. And so I think that's a really perfect weapon for Mikey, is because he's the one who's always sort of full of life. He's always like distracted and all that. And so it's kind of an interesting way to kind of have him it's kind of an interesting lesson for him, because he has to kind of obviously focus on not hurting himself, basically, with his own weapons. It's kind of a thing there. And then for Leo, he has obviously the sword, and he's, and I think it's really interesting because he's the leader of the team. He's also the most, probably the most noble of the teammates. He's the most friendly one. He's the one. He is obviously the leader, and he's given the most dangerous weapon out of all four of them. And so it's kind of like a lesson of him remembering. It's kind of him, remembering to remain in check, despite the fact that you have all this power. Because he does have the most dangerous weapon of all four of them, to be honest. And so, which I mean that's kind of a relative thing, because obviously it's all a matter of the person wielding the weapon. But generally speaking, the sword is going to be more dangerous than a staff or the sai, But I always kind of thought that was an interesting sort of a theory that they kind of been circulating for a while, that the idea that they are giving their weapons not just because it's it works for their fighting style, but it's also because it's a matter of teaching them a lesson about themselves. And that was actually a really cool episode in the 2012 cartoon where I can't remember what the context was for the episode, but there was an episode where Splinter kind of was being fed up with the turtle and said, I want you guys to swap your weapons. So I think that Leo took the took the nunchucks or whatever. I think that Mikey took the swords. I think, or I can't remember who took which weapons, but basically they all swapped weapons for a whole episode, and so they were kind of having to kind of work along through each other's differences and all that, or having to learn differently. Kind of have a deeper understanding of each other and stuff like that. So, weapon, the sword is final. The staff forgives and teaches. Yeah. And the sai protects, and But yeah, I was kind of interesting that the idea that Donnie, the smart one, has the most seemingly the most useless weapon, but it's actually it depends on the way you apply it, the way you utilize your skills with it, you can actually do a lot more. And I think it's kind of a lesson for him to kind of learn to be more. Like I said, thinking outside the box more, Yeah, protects and defends. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it is kind of like a cool. I'm not sure. I can't remember if it was ever applied. That theory was ever applied in sort of any sort of a canon story, but I do like the idea. I kind of like that idea that it was given to them for that specific reason. And that's always a cool episode too in the 2012 show. I have a lot of problems with that show, specifically with the ages of Cassie Jones, and April. I don't really like. I don't really like them as teenagers. I preferred them being a bit more in their young adult phase. I think it's more appropriate for those characters. Because I always kind of saw them. I always kind of saw Casey and April as kind of like the older brother, older sisters to the Turtles and all that. Like I kind of always had that sort of vibe from them. And then obviously in the show they kind of have like the sort of the little romance between Donnie and April, which is just like it was always kind of weird to me. I never liked it personally. I just thought it was weird. It's like it's a turtle. You're not. It's like what are you doing? Just keep it classic. Keep it to the classics. Make it April and Casey. That's all you need. So you don't need to have a love story with the turtles. Like the whole story of the turtles is a brotherhood story. Like, it's not about love. Like at least not in that kind of, or not romantic love, but like a brotherly love. Like that's kind of like what the whole point of the turtle story is to me, at least. But whatever. That's my feelings on that. All right. But oh yeah, and where I was going. So yeah, but yeah, I really like the 2012 show where they had the episode where you see a younger, the toddler versions of the turtles, where like Splinter's kind of telling the story of how they came to be. And you got to see the episode and you get to see how they first get their weapons and stuff. And it's really a cool moment. I just kind of wish I had that clip pulled up for this stream here, but maybe I'll play it next weekend. So it was really cool and interesting sort of story and moment there. See, I'll close up my tab on the end. The banner stream. Three. The bean mouse shape. Yeah, I can understand why you might not like the way the turtles look, but it was a pretty good show for the most part. It wasn't too bad. It was actually a pretty decent show. It just had a few issues with it, but overall, I think it was a decent show. But I have been meaning to actually go back and rewatch the 2003 show because it's been a really long time since I watched that show. I think I only saw it when I was younger. So I want to get back into that at some point. That's something I could probably do for my road trips, actually. Just buy the whole season. Just watch that my road trips for my work. That'll kill me some time. All right. see, 4:52. We can probably go for another 30 minutes, I think. Or yeah, we'll go another 30 minutes. We'll end at 5:30 my time. So hopefully by then we can at least have the mask done, because I've been just focusing on that. Because it takes time. Like when it comes to pencil crayon coloring, it really takes a lot more time. So I might actually be able to continue this next weekend if it's not done during the week at some point. Favorite pencil brand? I don't really do a whole lot of pencil crayon work, but for my main sort of drafting supplies, I usually just use Staedtlers. You can find these at Michael's or any other art stores. The pencil crayons I'm using right now are Faber-Castells, but I also used to use these guys right here, the Prismacolors. But I mostly use Copic Markers for my coloring most of the time. So I use these guys most of the time, but there hasn't been a whole lot of coloring lately. It's been doing a lot of town work, so I haven't really had a lot of time to get any of my pieces ready for using my markers lately. So, but that's kind of my main preferred sort of thing for coloring. And for my mechanical pencils, I just buy ones you can find at like a dollar store. If you need much else, or Walmart or whatever. They'll do the same thing, so it's not really worth it to just buy like $14 for just one little pencil. It's like look, they're all the same. It's like they're all the same to me. It's like it accomplishes the same goal. It's not really worth spending all the extra money for it. Yeah, these are but the lead holders here, the Staedtlers, are a little bit different than like a normal pencil. You can actually remove and replace the lead, but you need a really specific. But you need this kind of a sharpener in order to kind of sharpen it properly. It's very specific, but you can usually find that as well at the at Michael's as well if you have one of those where you live. So I have plenty of those where I live. I'm rather fond of Staedtler and Faber-Castells, yeah. Yeah, I stopped using the Prismacolors because they kept breaking on me every time I tried to sharpen them. So, and so far I've only had one breakage when I wanted to go and sharpen a pencil with the Faber-Castells. They're a little more stronger, it seems. So. Should bring in the blues instead. And this guy. Yeah, it works. Finally found the big old pit pens. Oh, nice. Yeah. Because they changed up the way they changed up the pits now. How they changed the design for them. I think I have one here I can show off. If I can find it. I'm not gone through my supplies lately. Here they are. Okay, this is the newer pit marker, and this is the one right here. So a little bit different. But I can't find these pits anywhere at Michael's, so I have to go to a specific art store to find them in the city. Kind of pain in the ass, but whatever. And they actually just recently closed up one of my art stores in the city as well, or in the mall where I go to get some of my supplies at. Which kind of sucks. They had really cheap. They actually had really good deals for Bristol paper. You can actually get a 9x12 book of paper for like $10, like a pop. And normally like Michael's is like $20, so it's really good. It was a really good deal at the time, but not sure if they are just relocating, if they're or if they're closed forever. But kind of sucks if they are fully closed up. And also where I got my it's where I used to get these guys as well. My highlighter, whiteout, I use a lot. So that bugs me out, but whatever. Yeah, you kind of have to do them online for a lot of. That's what I kind of found out. You kind of have to find if you want very specific art supplies, you kind of have to go online for it. The stores don't have it, which kind of bums me out. So I just prefer to go to the actual art store itself, not the way I don't have to wait for shipping. But yeah, it is what it is. Just speaking of buying, I actually probably need to stock up on my refills, my Copic refills at some point. So still working away at getting all those secured and all that. My goal right now with the Copics is kind of get all the refills for the ones I currently have before I start buying any new markers. So unless I absolutely need to replace a marker, if it's like damaged or something like that, then. But yeah. Okay. Give this a blue here to try. It's a little bit of a blue. Always shop local when possible. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that too. There's only so many few art supply stores where I live actually carry Copic refills, and sometimes they're not even there, like the ones you specifically want. So you kind of go online sometimes. It sucks, but it is the way it is. But I do try to kind of make sure to buy stuff in store as much as possible. Oh, nice. Yeah. Well, I probably won't need that Grumpy because I do know where I can find them. There's this local art store that I bought uh, this guy from. But if you guys are, but there's other artists in the that are looking for Faber-Castells and knock yourself out. But that might be good, just like stock up on a bunch of those though. So thanks for that, Grumpy. I gotta look up and see if that store got relocated instead of getting closed forever. Is it? Yeah, it was really useful because I could like spend $20 and get two of those two things of Bristol paper. Really useful. So I think the Michaels charges like $18-$20 for like was it like 24 sheets of Bristol. Right. I think I'll add some black now. Just kind of add some extra shadows here. Not gonna do as many highlighting. I'll do the highlights last. It's strange. Strange they don't have that pen here. Last thing, then again, my store is locally, so I really can't read it. Oh, okay, yeah. Like I will build a 4-pack of them for $24. Get them locally. Yeah. There's my camera's a little bit dark there. There. Why does it keep blacking out? That's why I need a new computer as well. That's why I need a new desk actually, because I need to. It'll give me some space if I ever get a new laptop or something. That is down the line. A lot of things I need to do. All right. What's that? Was a joke with the last of my birth. My father got size of 17. Oh, no, I meant like 11 by 9 by 12 Bristol paper is like $20 where I live. Because I hate Arist for some reason. I fix my desk. Get a new sheet here because I like to have a little sheet of paper on my desk now. Something I kind of recently started doing because it's like maybe because it helps me like kind of give me the option of kind of doodling, like watching a video or something like that. It's kind of like Montana's. If you guys have Montana's where you live, because at Montana's, the restaurant, they actually have a little. They put a big paper on the table. You can just draw crayons with crayons or whatever on it. It's kind of the idea here. It's like, it's good to always kind of be practicing your drawing muscles. Even if you don't have a whole idea planned. Found the 24 sheet 11 by 17 blue line. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I actually have those. Actually, the store local that sells them here in town. I still haven't used it, actually. So I just haven't had an opportunity to use that's kind of very similar. I have that exact same one you're talking about, where it has the comic sort of lines on it and all that. But yeah, I had it for like years now. I still haven't used it because I just haven't had the chance to use it for any sort of comic book lately. So maybe I will. Maybe I'll just start doing like fan like old comic strips or something like that. Just get started. Just give me some ideas and some practice before I start doing my own stuff at some point. But it's probably gonna be like later down the road. I think it's more important for me just to kind of build up my skills now before I jump into the big leagues, bigger books and stuff like that. And moving forward, it's better just kind of work my way up, kind of like a video game. Just like slow and steady wins the race, as they say. So it's probably better to do it that way before jumping head on. I was kind of the Uni Bristol. Exactly. Oh, you know what I could do? If you remember that that storyboard idea or that sort of intro idea I had for like a Transformers 2, or kind of like that sequel idea I had in mind for the Bumblebee movie, because for those who don't know, I was not happy with the Rise of the Beast film, or at least what I saw. I didn't watch the whole movie. I just saw the clips online. It was enough for me to kind of like say no to it. I wasn't really a fan. Just in general, I really wasn't a fan of the direction that they were going in. Didn't like the idea that I just didn't like the idea of them mixing Beast Force and G1. It's just not really my cup of tea. I was like, just give me a G1 movie. and make a Beast Wars movie separate. You know, I think that's kind of how they should have gone. But I kind of talked about this with Grumpy at one point, and he liked the ideas I kind of came up with, and so maybe I could turn that into like a little comic book or something like that. Maybe I'll just maybe I'll just do like the prologue scene I kind of had in mind. So far I only had the prologue kind of written out. So maybe that might be a good thing to kind of use as practice. All right. Done. Coming together, man. What a handsome turtle. Let's see what time. Not sure if I have enough time to get started on the skin. It's going to be very, very encompassing, but might be able to do the yellow parts on it. We'll see. I only have about 15 minutes left in me. So I think we're just gonna finish the mask, and I think we'll call it a wrap. And I guess we'll just continue this either. If I don't work, because I can't remember if I have any work trips this week. But if I do, then I'll probably be working on this during that time. But if not, then I'll probably just like save this for next week. We'll kind of continue where we left off. Just kind of come back in with the magenta, just kind of blend all the colors back in together, or the blacks in. Time is truly exactly. It's like give me some time. It's like I have so many things I want to finish drawing. You know, it's like this is the reason why I want to be immortal. It's not because I want to live forever or be a conqueror. It's like, no, I just want more time to draw. It's like I just want to draw more things. It's like I hate leaving an art project undone. It's the worst thing in the world. It's like, give me the Ra's al Ghul Lazarus Pit. All right. It's like, now I'll be set for life. I'll just be like drawing nonstop. Or the meteor that gave Vandal Savage his powers to come back to life whenever he wants. Or revive himself or whatever. That too. I hate. Is it weird that I hate sleeping? It's I don't really hate sleeping. It's like because obviously it can be relaxing when you're at a hard day of work or something. But like, I just think that it's more just like the idea of sleeping. I just hate. It's just like I hate the idea of wasting the idea of like sitting on your ass, lying on your ass for like 7 hours when you spend 7 hours like drawing or doing something. It's just like it's like fuck off. That's why I started getting up early nowadays, like more recently. Now, granted, that's kind of part of because I had my kind of sleep schedule kind of screwed with a couple of weeks ago because I was starting. Because when I was up in Yellowknife, I was getting up. I was going to bed like really early. Like it was weird, like the way time worked up there, and so the sun didn't go down actually until like 11 o'clock. Like it was always like it was up until like 11, and so it just kind of I don't know. And because I had nothing to really do there, I just kind of decided I'm gonna fucking sleep. So I ended up going to sleep at like 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock at night, and then waking up at 4 in the morning. So now I kind of just been like waking up at 4, 5 o'clock nowadays. Even 3 o'clock. I woke up at 3 o'clock at one point as well. It's really mess with me, but in a good way. I actually kind of like it. I kind of like being able to just like do more things in the day. Yeah, I hate being a human being. Like, give me like, let me be a robot. All right, robots don't get because robots don't need to sleep. You know, so let me be a robot for a couple days. I get so much done. Then I can sleep. All right, I'll sleep when the job is done. Another function you have to by living creatures sleeping is a state of also near most vulnerable. Yeah, exactly. It's like also very vulnerable. You never know. Someone might break into your house, while you're taking naps. I probably should start investing in coffee. I don't really drink coffee at all, so I might have to invest in it. Might help me out a bit. So I don't want to do Red Bull anymore. I kind of sworn off Red Bull because because 2 times in a row, whenever I drank out Red Bull, like it's giving me a sore throat. It made me sick for like a week. On both occasions when I had like the fucking Red Bull, so I was like, fuck that shit. I ain't doing that no more. So I still have like 2 cans of Red Bull sitting in the fridge because I refuse to touch them. Only time I might touch them is if I have a really bad work week coming up. Then I can take off. But it's like, nope. Other than that, no. Yeah, give me Vandal Savage's power, where he can just like cut him, he'll heal himself. Or Hawkman's power, where he just reincarnates himself. That'd be a cool power, actually, to be honest, because like you could live a different life probably every single time. One life you could be an archaeologist, another life you could be a hockey player, another life you could be an artist. It's gonna be probably the cooler powers, actually. Who drank 2 Red Bulls a day? It's terrible. Yeah, I don't drink them very often either. Like I don't really. I started drinking them a little while ago, but it's like they were giving me like sore throats and shit. So I just stopped. Like it wasn't just like a sore throat. Like I legit got like sick from it, almost like a cold almost from it. Both times I had it as well. Like it's like I might have to switch to coffee at some point. Yeah. Time is at 5:22. So we got about a couple more minutes, I think. We're almost done here with Donnie's mask. But yeah, so I think for next month, I think that's when we're going to be doing the next stream. Then maybe we can do a collection tour. I kind of want to do a more in-depth collection tour this time around. Cause I usually just like do a little walkthrough of it. I don't really actually explain the figures or where they come from or whatever. So I think that might be a more interesting sort of a video to kind of make at some point. Because that is a big part of this channel as well, or one of the main parts of my channel is my collecting endeavors. I have a pretty decent collection now. So, how many years have you been drawing? Well, I am 25 years old now, and so I'd say 23 years. I think because I think I've been drawing since I was 4. So, I think I don't know. I think it was 4 or 3 or something like that. It's one of those two. But yeah, as long as I can remember, I've always been drawing. So yeah. Now I kind of wasn't really taking it as seriously as I have been now. It was really in high school where I started really ramp up my art style because when I was a little bit younger, when I was in my elementary school, that's when I was playing. I was more focused on my sports. I was playing hockey. I played hockey. I played ice hockey for about 6 years. And so I wasn't really drawing as much then. Like when I was drawing in elementary school, I was mostly just like it was just kind of like I was like the only time I really would draw was during my classes and stuff like that. It wasn't really during my hockey days, or because my hockey days kind of like took up most of my time. Um, but eventually I had to kind of stop playing hockey because my parents got divorced, and so it kind of made things a little bit difficult for me to for them to kind of afford to, because it's like hockey equipment is expensive, so it's like it was really hard to kind of keep me in sports and stuff like that. And also kind of developed some physical problems in my foot, and so it just kind of made it difficult for me to keep up. So, but I still kind of played some other like forms of hockey. I played like what was called ball hockey, which is like it's basically just like indoor hockey with a gym. Basically, it's kind of like basically it was like just basically like floor hockey, but with a ball instead of a puck. So I played that for a little bit until eventually just kind of stopped for whatever reason. So and so when I got into my high school years, that's where I kind of started to really ramp up my skills and really start focusing more on my art. All right. But yeah, that's kind of the answer to that question. So pretty much my whole life, as long as I can remember, I've been drawing. Because even though I wasn't even during my high school and my uh, junior high years, I was always kind of like drawing on the side and all that. Because I know anything else to do. So let's see, 5:28. So we got about 2 more minutes. I can probably just like do my final touches here on the mask here. Call it a wrap. But yeah, there's still kind of a part of me that kind of wishes that I was able to kind of still play hockey, but I mean, I can still skate pretty decent because I skated a couple. There's some dangerous skate work. Thanks, Grumpy. But yeah, but I went skating actually for the first time in like years. In I think August of last year. So, or it's either August or September. But yeah, so I guess still I was actually doing fine when I was skating. It's mostly just my back that was giving me problems because I'm getting old now. My feet didn't really have a whole lot of issues actually when I was skating, so that's kind of a good thing. But I'm not. I don't really think I could really get back into any sort of like major league hockey anymore. It's not really. It's been so out of practice lately over the years right now, so I don't really think I could really make it into the major unless I really like sort of focused on it and crack down on my stuff. Because I'm still, so there's still people like 40 years old, you know. I'm still in my 20s. Like, if I really wanted it, I probably could go for it, but at the same time, it's just like I just feel like I'm more a little out of practice at the moment, and I'm busy with my work, so I can't really afford the time for it. But maybe next year I'll start making a habit of like going out to ponds and skating around or something. Or too old to do something you still love. So yeah, age kind of sucks. That's why I need immortality. I need the immortality superpower. And I can do whatever I want, whenever I want, without any issues. But I actually still have my original, or not my original, but one of the last hockey sticks I used, actually still down here in the basement. We're at 5:30, so we're pretty much at the end. Just want to come back in here with some last minute sort of shading. All right. So there's Donatello. At least his mask so far. 2 hours, all we have is a mask, but you know, it takes a little bit longer for me to do stuff with pencil crayons. I'm not really as skilled with pencil crayons as I am with the markers. All right, see you, Jeff. Hope you have a good day. But yeah, there's Donatello. Getting close. The rest of it should go by a little bit more faster, hopefully, but we'll see. And just to recap, we also have our Michelangelo and our Raphael. Now you'll kind of notice I've kind of just deliberately, where it's actually made the background the color of the turtle that they're kind of closest to. So Raph is kind of closest to Leonardo, and so I kind of made the background a little more blue. And then for Michelangelo, well, he's always kind of been close to, and so I made his background a little more purplish. And so I'm kind of doing the same thing. So I think I'm doing the same thing for when I do Donnie and Leo, is that I'm going to make the background for him a more yellowy orange background. Then for Leo, we'll do a red background. I think it's kind of I think it'll be kind of a nice way to kind of tie the four turtles together. So. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me. I tried to draw the turtles and teeth. Actually, they're kind of easy for me. Now, granted, I have the advantage because I did that whole project for Steph, so I ended up drawing turtles for a good couple of weeks. So I kind of have a little bit more of a idea of how to draw turtles. So But I kind of go for, see, my style is I kind of go for more of the 2003 turtle look. I kind of like that style, but also kind of mixing my own sort of a unique blend. So I like I don't really see, for me, I don't really like the overly extended like sort of a snout. I kind of like a bit more subtlety for the turtles. Just a little bit of snout, no, but not too much, because I think it was more. I kind of like the more matured sort of look for the turtles, but maybe one day we can do the more classic style for the turtles at some point. But I kind of like the way they looked in the 2003 cartoon, so I'm kind of going for that look. Yeah, so there's Donatello, and I guess we'll just kind of call it a wrap here. But before we do, we got to say great big. Oh, got to end our poll first and foremost, because I always forget that. So let's pull that up real quick. So I close it all down. So I'm just going to wait for that to load up. All right. Oh, Rosetta's live. Go see her after my stream. She's a nice lady. Actually, I finally was able to send out the Princess Rosetta drawing I did for her yesterday, because I did that like way back in like April, and so yeah, I had to. It took me a while to really send it out because I was so busy with work and being at different places. I got my freaking rent my it was a nightmare. I just had no time to send anything out or what have you. But yeah. But finally able to send it out to her now, so it should be arriving within the weeks. Come on, YouTube, load up. Need to end my poll. What are you doing? So slow. Oh, it tied at Donnie and Mikey. There you go. The star of the stream, give him the victory. How about that? I'll send you the Eagle Rider Albino Warrior. Oh, nice. Yeah, send me that. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, so I did, but yes, like when I was doing the Disney princesses for my nieces, I actually ended up drawing Rosetta as the princess. So that was kind of cool. Or what I thought what I thought that Rosetta would be a princess in the Disney sort of a realm, like just kind of using her personality and whatnot. So yeah, that was really cool. But yeah, so that's gonna be it for me. Now, before we end off, we gotta say a great big thank you to everybody who showed up. So Grumpy, thank you to Grumpy, Alaska Jeff. Scrolling up, Dadman Walking, thanks for showing up too. Good to see you, Jeremy. Try and acknowledge everybody. Oh, Unlocking Lore, good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Old Man Cometh. And I think that's everybody. Yeah. And anybody who is lurking in the chat, appreciate you. And yeah, so I'll talk to you guys later. See if any clips to pull up. We'll use this one. So because it's kind of been a little while since I've been on YouTube, so I'll pull this one. So on that note, I should be streaming tomorrow morning, if not tomorrow night, depending on what I have planned with family. If not, maybe Monday, because I have the Monday off. So that's when we'll do our Lego build stream. We'll be building the Bat Cave, because it's going to go right below the Wayne Manor on my shelf behind me. So it's kind of going to be what I got going on. So on that note, I will see you guys later.
Fellow Decepticons, take heed. Your leader, Megatron, still lives. Though we remain dispersed throughout the far reaches of the galaxy, exiled from our true home, we are all still Decepticons, united by a common purpose. The time has come for us to put aside our differences and act as one under my undisputed leadership. Only then can we cast off the shackles of Autobot oppression. Working together, we can raise up our glorious empire once more and crush all who stand in our way.